Morning YouTube and hello world. It's about 9:15 on Saturday 23rd, I think 23rd of October 2010, and I'm just saying hello to the future, hello future, but also hello to the present, hello those of you in 2010, and for all I know, hello to the past. I don't know, is that possible? Maybe it'll be possible one day. Anyway, hello world. I'm not sure if people still say hello world actually. Hello world, isn't it? It's the that's the traditional thing that programmers get their, computer programmers have got their programs to kind of display when they first get up and running. If you're you know this already, I'm sure many of you, but if you're a programmer of some kind and you work with the you're working to produce something that'll display something on a screen, the first words that are displayed are usually hello world. I really like that. That's the moment when the kind of the machine code, the zeros and ones, has been it kind of manifests itself in the compiler code, whatever it's called, and then that's been used to to produce some sort of higher order set of behaviours in the machinery and to influence other machinery around it, like printers and monitors. And when all that concatenation and hierarchy and interrelationships of different levels of coding all comes together like a big plan, then what does it say? It says hello world, hello world. Interesting. It kind of sets itself apart, doesn't it? You know what I mean? I mean, obviously it's not conscious, but it must reflect a bit of how we think of ourselves to be, because we are the creatures that say things like hello world, aren't we? And imaginatively divorce ourselves from the world that we're lodged within, as if we can see it from the outside, you know what I mean? We're little beings floating in space with, on some level, believe ourselves. Oh God, it's pouring with rain today, actually. Anyhow, yeah. And we say, hello world, as if from the outside. Anyhow, I don't know if people still do that, and if you're watching this now, you might tell me, if you're watching this at this moment of now that I'm in, 2010. But it's quite possible, of course, you're watching this in the future, and it's you I'm talking to. So if you're watching this and you're anything to do with programming in the future, I'd be interested to, and you've got access to time machinery, which you might have in the future, do let me know. Do send a comment back from the future telling me whether people still say hello world or not, or whether they say something else, whether they say we are the world. I don't know what the fuck. Anyway, hello Fred. I usually start these videos, to the future videos, which this is, I guess. I usually start by imaginatively putting myself in the future and saying hello to myself. So hello Fred in a week's time or 2 weeks' time. The most salient thing on my mind, which was on your mind, Fred, 2 weeks ago, is this exhibition I'm supposed to be having in Crewe. And I shouldn't be stressed about it. It's not like it's not the Guggenheim, it's not this Guggenheim play thing that's happening in the States. It's not a big high profile thing like that. It's just a little gallery, run by a friend of mine. So, but I am stressed about it and I'm a bit nervous. Fred, you were nervous 2 weeks ago. So hopefully at this point, after 2 weeks, you're alright now and it all went reasonably according to plan. Might not have done, who knows. So I hope that went alright. I'll talk a little bit more about that actually, because I want to say what I did and what I'm doing to you, Fred, but also to anybody else in 2 weeks' time, just to see if it's bears any resemblance to what actually happened. What next? Okay, yeah. Kids, hello kids. You've been down to Cornwall for a week, because we're going down to Cornwall on Sunday. We're not in Cornwall right now, we're in Cheshire. You're on the back end of October, but next week we're in Cornwall. I hope you enjoyed yourself in Cornwall. And it wasn't like this, fuck's sake. It's like this for the next week. Was it like this for that week, for half-term week? Did it piss down every day? Oh dear, I hope not. I hope not, lads. I don't want you to get the terrible impression of the place where your dad works. Anyway, if it did rain, guys, I'm sorry about that. Maybe you got some wetsuits out and did some surfing anyway. God, my camera's getting soaking wet. I hope that's not a problem. Of course it's a problem. Anyway, that's that. Yeah, whatever. So in a year's time, let's just jump forward, because I've got to think and got other things to do today. A year's time, well, you boys, Nick and John, you will not be, well John, you might be at university by then. Jesus, imagine that. You might be at university because you've finished your A-levels. Might be doing something else. God knows. Hope you get into the courses you want. I hope for God's sake I can afford to help you with that. What are the prices? Because you know, you don't care about this in the future. This is all old history now, isn't it? But yeah, university fees are going to go through the roof, and we're not really set up for a competitive university system in the UK right now, at least. You know, there's all kinds of shadows of different kinds of class systems occupying our university system, so it isn't really ideally served at the moment, at least, by an open market. But that's what we're being thrust into, particularly in the arts and humanities. So if you're in the future and you've already got a degree under your belt, think yourself bloody lucky. I think myself lucky because I went to university at a time when it was free. Fuck's sake, imagine that, free. And now my students are, well, you know this, my students are leaving with debts, and my kids will probably leave with £30,000 worth of debt, something like that, I bet. I read today, or maybe 60,000. God, I wish I could help you more on that. I wish I could have helped you more. I hope in 50 years time, guys, I'll be in the ground by now. If you're watching this in 50 years time, I'm long dead. Just this little glimmer of an electronic afterlife to remember me by. I hope you don't look back to these years with resentment. Oh, if only Dad could have helped us more. If only he'd been more rich and successful, he could have bunged us that 60 grand and got us through university, and we wouldn't have had this debt burdening us down for the last 45 years. So sorry about that. Perhaps you shouldn't go to university. Say that quietly. Say that quietly. Anyhow, yeah, this exhibition, I better just crack on to that because I've got to get out of the rain, I've got to get my camera out of the rain. Yeah, the exhibition, I hope it's went well. And you know, I'll say this in a different video, but I'm trying to map the gallery space onto my channel page on YouTube so that they're a bit similar, you know what I mean? So the exhibition is really kind of on YouTube, really, with the physical space being an old-fashioned three-dimensional shadow of the real world online. But what was I saying that for? Yeah, but the funny thing, of course, about the online environment is it changes so fast, doesn't it? You know, the YouTube page was redesigned not that long ago, and things moved around a bit, and all the protocols changed, a lot of them did, and different possibilities come on. So I'm guessing if you look at this in a few years' time, if there's anything like YouTube, it'll be very different, you know. If you'd looked at this a year ago, or if I'd made this video a year ago and I'd wanted to point to the information box, I'd have gone like that, because that's where the information box is. If you're looking at it now, there'll either be an advert there, or there'll be a featured video and some other junk down the sides, which might be my junk or somebody else's. And now if I want to talk about the information box, I have to point at my groin like this, because the information box, or the crotch box, or the blowjob bar, or the vagina bar, all those other names people are giving it, is down here. But of course to you, in 5, 10, 15 years time, fuck knows where it'll be. It'll probably be like, what's that, a Minority Report, you know, where I could do this. I'll be able to do this. Is the information box moving around while I do this? Is it? Can I pull things from other parts of the screen like that? Like that, and display a video on my hand? Is there a video playing on my hand right now? Is there? Can I do funny things with that? Can I change the background? If I can, I'm going to change the background. Here we go. There's going to be like, what's it? I don't know, the Andromeda, a picture of Andromeda in the background. Here you go. Woof. There you go. Of course, if you're watching this from Andromeda, if it's a million years in the future and this piece of electronic signalling has just reached you, welcome home. There, look, familiar territory. That's what your place looks like from our place. I don't know. Probably three-dimensional though, won't it? I would imagine. YouTube would be three-dimensional, so it'll be much more like this gallery space. I'll probably be able to reach forward and pull things back into the world, and maybe take things and give them to you physically, maybe even, or take a little virtual object from this world. I haven't got very many objects around. Look, a piece of grass, look. See that? In the future, the software that's running your computer in the future is probably scanning this image right now, and I can reach forward and put a virtual version of it on the table in front of you. It's like a pixelated version of that in the table in front of you. Maybe you could even touch it. That's what grass was like in Cheshire Is there any grass in the future? Is there any Cheshire in the future? I don't know. Anyhow, here, the gallery space, I don't know. I'm probably going to arrange things around in the space, a bit like the three-dimensional thing. I won't have any grass in it though. I don't think, maybe, no I won't, no. But if you're watching this in the future, I'll probably put this video in the gallery because I got 2 comments saying, do one of your To the Future videos, which I wasn't planning to do. But, alright, so I'll put this in the space. This will be in the gallery space. So if you're watching this in the future, this is what it was like. If you're watching this in the present, in 2010, this is what it's like in Crewe right now. If you're watching this in Crewe, look around and see if it's what I'm describing matches what you're seeing. I should be on a video monitor, like a little corner of a space like this. There'll be a big wall here with a projection on it, probably a projection of things floating down the canal, dead rabbits and stuff, but I might change my mind about that. Over here, this side, back on into that wall, hard to describe this actually, but there's a wall over there somewhere, and I think there'll be a playlist playing of other YouTube videos that I've curated. How's that sound? Bosh or what? Curated. Yeah, some videos that I think people have made, people outside the academic communities perhaps, or just people who've got an interest, or people whose work I think is interesting. I'll have put that on that wall over there. So again, tell me if this matches your experience. That'll be playing over there. And on that side in front of me here, you know, where those houses are, kind of, there's a wall, a long white wall, and I'm going to write on there. It was going to be in felt tip pen, but now it's going to be in paint. Now, either now we are really awake, or now I am really awake, or some bad grammatical version of that, now we is really awake, for reasons that I'll come on to in a different video, I think. So if you're in Crewe and you're at the gallery and I'm playing on a monitor right now, I'm sorry if that's not what you're seeing. If you're on YouTube and it's 2010, that's what's playing, at least for this 2 weeks anyway, that's what's playing in Crewe, that's what it might look like. If you're on YouTube any other time, some of that I'll try and duplicate in the shape of my channel page. I'll try and make them match up a wee bit. If you're in the future, why would you care? Why indeed would you care? Anyhow, the rain is easing off somewhat. And if you're on Aldebaran, or if you're orbiting some star in the belt of Orion, I hope this day finds you fine, and I hope your little green fingers are not too cold, you know. And hello universe, I suppose I should say. Hello universe, speaking to someone who is dead and therefore not in it anymore. Bye.